guys, what's up? If you're new around here, my name is Hannah Martin and today I'm going to be doing a 3-way split tutorial. You guys always ask me my top tips for splits, so I thought I'd combine all my top stretches and tips into one video so that you don't have to go to several different videos to get what you need. So I really hope you enjoy these stretches. Make sure to do a little bit of something cardio related to get you warmed up before you start. I can't be responsible if anyone gets hurt during this tutorial because I can't see you, so please be careful. You're doing this tutorial at your own risk. Let's get right onto it.
First we're going to start with some just easy roll downs and roll ups. Follow me. Try and keep your knees as straight as possible. This will provide the best stretch for those hamstrings. Good job. Bend your knees, roll back up, and we're going to repeat this 2 more times. This is just to warm up the hamstrings, ready for the stretches we're going to do later for the splits. Good job. Roll back up. We're going to repeat this 1 more time. Rolling down. This time try and see if you can get a bit further and even put your hands behind your heels if you can. And roll back up. Well done. We're now going to go onto the floor and start easing out our hips. So come into this butterfly position. You want to avoid arching your back. Keep your back as upright as possible. We're going to hold it here for 30 seconds. The main aim of this exercise is to get your knees down towards the floor. If you want, you can push your knees down with your hands, or maybe you can get one of your family to help you. Remember to keep that back nice and straight. Good job. Now we're going to lean forward over the legs for 20 seconds. Really think about keeping those knees down to the floor. As you lean forward, you'll tend to see that they like to pop up, so try and keep them as flat as possible. Push them down with your hands if you want to. Good job. We're now going to go into a nice deep lunge. Try and keep that back knee nice and straight and the toe pointed. We're going to go back into a hamstring stretch and hold for 10. Really make sure that that front knee is nice and straight. We're going to go back into the lunge that we were just in. But this time, if you can, try and take your arms off. Keep your shoulders down and your hips as square as possible. Now do the same hamstring stretch as before, but with a flexed foot. This should give a slightly deeper hamstring stretch than the last one. Now we're going to stand up with 2 legs straight. Try and keep your hips square and feet in parallel. Keep breathing through these stretches, that will really help. And our final stretch before the splits, in a lunge, bring your foot up to your glutes and stretch. Good job. Now down into our splits. Make sure to keep your hips square. I'm demonstrating here really twisted hips. Try and keep them like 2 headlights on a car facing forwards. If you're struggling, try and put your arms like I'm demonstrating here. That sometimes helps. And don't worry if you're not flat down. Work where you're at. Each time you do this tutorial, you might find yourself getting a little bit further. I'd suggest trying to do it a few times a week to really see the results. Let's hold it for 1 minute now, really thinking about those square hips. For these last 10 seconds, if you can, try and take your arms off the floor. We're now going to repeat all those stretches on the other side. So holding a lunge for 10 seconds. Going back into our hamstring stretch. Repeating the lunge again, but this time with our hands off the floor. Try and keep your knee and your heel in a parallel line. Repeating the hamstring stretch with a flex foot. Standing up, both knees as straight as possible in parallel, stretching out those hamstrings for 10 seconds. Back onto one knee. If you're finding this particular stretch difficult to balance, you can use the wall or something to lean on to ensure you maintain your stability. And now down into our splits. Don't worry if one leg is slightly further down than the other, that's completely normal, we all have a weaker side. And for the last 10 seconds, we're going to take our arms off if you can to really deepen that stretch. Make sure to keep those toes nice and pointed. Good job. Shake out your legs. We're now going to do a straddle stretch. Don't worry if your legs aren't as far as mine, it's completely fine to do them at this angle, but do not let your knees bend. Keep your knees nice and straight. We're going to stretch over to the side for 10 seconds. Keep remembering those straight knees. Let's go over to the other side. Good job. One thing to remember is to try and keep your hip down on the floor when you're doing these stretches to get the maximum benefit. We're now going to lean forward over the leg for 10 seconds. Keep thinking about that opposite glute, glued to the floor. And we go the other side. Now we're going to go forwards over the legs. Make sure to keep your knees up towards the ceiling. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're now going to go into what I call a froggy sit. Make sure your hips are in one direct line, not too far forwards and not too far back. And if you find the stretch too easy, you can increase the intensity by trying this one that I am demonstrating now. Here we go. We're going to hold it for 30 seconds. This is a really good one that you can do while watching the TV or reading a book. Well done. Now we're going to slide our feet down into a box split. If you're not flat down and you're wanting to push yourself that bit further, you can try it up against a wall. Sometimes this is an effective way to get your box split. Whichever way you'd like to do it, we're going to hold it for a minute now. So slide down into your box split. This is our final stretch, last push. If you're quite comfortably down, you can always work on your feet in this position, trying to get that fish action of the foot. Make sure those knees are super straight, it's very easy for them to get lazy in this position. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. That is my split tutorial complete. Really good job, everyone.
I really hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I know it really stretched me. Now I'm feeling nice and relaxed, ready to have a nice evening after my long day at rehearsals. It would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe and become part of our big motivating community. It's growing so fast and I just love you to be a part of that. Also, if you could like this video if it was helpful for you so more people can see it and achieve their splits, that would be absolutely amazing. And in this video I'm going to have like a little subscribe button here and also a link to a playlist to loads of my other strength and flexibility videos if you're interested in them. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Dream big and make it happen.